What's up, YouTube? It's PRADA'S. You know what time it is. It's reaction time, my boy. So look, chat, today we're gonna be reacting to inside a California home made from the mountain it stands on some shit. Unique Spaces by AD. You feel me? Look, before we get into the video, I need you to like, comment, subscribe, turn post notifications on at all times, you feel me? Also, go down to the description, follow me on all my socials so you can stay tuned in, stay tapped in at all times. Chat, look, we're on the road to 650 subscribers. Let's run it up, we don't need no sleep. You feel me? Look, chat, what really caught my attention on this video was, for one, I fuck with cribs and shit. Because, you know, we gonna have us a good old crib, big old crib, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna witness this shit. Stick around, subscribe right now. Y'all gonna witness this shit. Look, chat. Look, but it says, this is what I don't understand. It say, inside a California home made from the mountain it stands on. So what the fuck do that mean? What do it mean? It's made from the mountain it stands. I don't understand what the fuck you mean. So let's dive the fuck in. You feel me? Let's tap the fuck in to this shit. Let's go. Hey, they be dropping that shit. They got, man, that house shit on lock. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. Hold on, let me see something. Let me see something. That's all I can do. Okay, come on. Oh yeah, that motherfucking nice. I mean, it look. Wait.
I think you.
It's the roof rock, nigga. That look like some rock on top of that bitch. Let's see.
I think you can apply the word genius. I think anyone that looks at the different spaces that Ken has created sees that they are wonderful, incredible spaces, but he also understood people and how they move in a space and what stimulates them and what can add to their life from their experience with nature.
That motherfucker nice. I mean, I wouldn't be booty naked in that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Because them houses down there probably got some binoculars, some creep shit. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be booty naked in that motherfucker, but that motherfucker nice crib and shit.
Up within him. They were an intuitive response to the opportunities that he had, to the land and the water and the air. My name is Dave Hampton.
Okay.
I'm a local San Diegan, and I'm an author of
the fuck do that mean? A San Diegan
book called San Diego's Craft Revolution, and an independent curator.
Okay. Fuck all that. I don't give a fuck about that. Tell me about the house.
Dr. and Mrs. Joe Bailey are responsible for the Bailey House, which is northeast of San Diego in the sort of back country. He bought raw land in 1972. Eventually, he and Barbara Bailey together decided to work with Ken Kellogg. Ken had a lot of appeal because he's one of the few native-born San Diegans to... What
the fuck do that mean? San Diegans? I never heard that before. I never heard niggas in San Diego be like, yeah, we San Diegans. Never heard that shit. That, like, that's a whole fucking culture or some shit, nigga. That's not. Nigga, San Diego. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Develop a practice here that was informed by mid-century modern ideas. Ken also had a handcraft element to his work and a sculptural element to his work.
Bro, they fucking love ads. You know what I'm saying? Wait till I get me some ads. I'm gonna flood the whole video with fucking ads. Fuck.
Ken Kellogg's architecture had a kind of a roughness and a kind of a sun and surf sensibility, that there was something about his growing up.
It's a lot of shit he's saying. I have no fucking idea what he's talking about.
Next to the Pacific Ocean. Idea. But also having the mountains just 10 or 20 minutes away that helped him to come up with his own signature organic architecture. So Steve Bailey and I are at the front door
that's a homeowner.
His family home, the Bailey House. And the door is an important feature of the artist John Vugren.
John Vugren also worked with Ken on the Kellogg Doolittle house. It's on a pin system. It's a custom door. A locksmith guy just came out to help us with stuff 2 weeks ago, and he was like, this is all commercial hardware. It's super rare.
Yeah.
And you can see how the door is built out sculpturally, so it's crazy. Dimensional with this curve, and it's built using laminated individual strips of wood. The client started out wanting a functional ranch house that the owner could build himself with their ranch hands. But what Ken is inspired to come up with is a really wild, wonderful.
Bro, niggas that got fucking like a vision like that, nigga. No, they using a part of their brain niggas never deep dive, like, you know, tapped into on some shit, nigga. They tapped into some universal type shit, you know what I'm saying? Use some universe shit.
Complicated design.
Fuck? Yeah, that motherfucker complicated.
Mr. Bailey apparently took this on as a challenge and built the house himself with helpers, with ranch hands, and a number of different carpenters, most of whom were referred by Ken. And they do Ken's designs perfectly.
So the homeowner did the shit himself.
But the house took a really long time to build.
Oh, I bet.
The rock, when you see the rock work in this house, it's just amazing. And it was quarried on the site from down below this hilltop.
I think my dad spent a lot of time running the cement mixer for this because he said he lost a lot of his hearing. It's like layer by layer, stack by stack of all these rocks.
I bet that nigga went deaf. So they went and got them rocks from down below. Mined them bitches on some Minecraft shit. Brought them motherfuckers up, took some cement and got that motherfucker mixed. Nigga, I don't even want to know how much cement he paid for, you know what I'm saying? Put that motherfucker together. No, that goddamn talent. And that shit not even straight, that bitch had a curve.
Just inside the front door is a key kind of junction of the whole house where its two wings meet up. There's a gap between them that you walk into. One side has a bedroom, the other side has the living areas, the kitchen and the living room and the fireplace.
See, I couldn't live in no shit like that. That shit not even homey. That's not even home, fam. That's
and so forth.
That's not even homey, chat. That's not no fucking
What
home.
I see a lot in the Bailey house is a maturation and a kind of a controlling of this language that Ken had developed in many, many other houses. So he's got the circular spaces, he's got the stonework.
Wait, where the fuck is that at? That's not the same house. Okay,
the dramatic, dynamic curves of the roof and the balconies. He's got all the glass. He's got all these handmade elements.
Who the fuck is this Ken nigga? That's what I want to know.
One of the qualities of Kellogg's version of organic architecture is a deliberate blurring of the conventional division between the exterior and the interior. And so the idea that you have your finished interior cabinetry penetrating the exterior space is unusual and blurs that distinction between interior and exterior. But it's a little bit of a struggle because part of it's outside and getting hit by the elements.
It's very difficult to maintain outside. It gets slammed by rain, wind, heat. We sand and restain it at least every year.
A couple of things about the kitchen that I think are noteworthy.
Bro, it's a big ass circle. I'm telling you, every part of the house is a circle.
They are that it's really the center point for all of the structure of the house that you see.
Bro, literally everything custom made. Every custom. Cabinets, everything.
And here is where all these massive laminated beams supported on the utility poles, they all come together in this space. If you're out in this room, all these points above you lead you here, and then it's echoed by the built-in table.
Other feature that comes to mind with this kitchen is the skylight. It's pretty rad. My brother and I rode our skateboard.
Nigga talking about pretty rad. What the fuck?
In this thing when it was standing up vertically.
Wait, what they say?
My brother and I rode our skateboards in this thing when it was standing up vertically and delivered out on the garage. That was a cool memory that I have of the house, definitely.
As the more clean look of woodworking that we associate with the 40s and 50s in modern furniture design evolved, they started to talk about something called the California roundover, where cabinets and pieces of furniture had a kind of a curve. But here it's put into the kitchen, into a more utilitarian environment, and it's floated off the ground. So everything has space around it, so they become these discrete
Can't goddamn sweep the dirt underneath the cabinet. I'm not saying I did that, chat. I'm not saying I did that, chat, but I'm just saying, for you motherfuckers, you lazy fucks that feel like, you know what I'm saying, sweep shit underneath the cabinet, can't do it there, nigga. They gonna see it. They gonna see that's genius. That's genius.
Three-dimensional, very sculptural elements. There's this idea that's associated with Frank Lloyd Wright, the idea of a big, hearty fireplace being the center of the home. And what you see from Ken throughout his career is a development of this fireplace as a key attraction of the home.
So he do
and all what you see from
Ken be doing all these different. No, that's crazy. I want to know who this Ken dude is.
Fireplace being the center of the home. And what you see from Ken throughout his career is a development of this fireplace as a key attraction and sculptural element, a kind of a focal point of the living room.
Yeah, that's
but
different.
He's also highlighting the sculptural form. There are gaps all around the shape of the fireplace so that it's completely freestanding.
That's fire.
The glass pierces the rock and the fireplace goes outside and inside at the same time. And it has these wonderful floating hearth of cast concrete. It's a way of distinguishing one material, one surface from another. So this big mass that you see with this geometry to it in plan view continues down into the floor beneath.
That right there, the blueprints, chat. That's like the real blueprints.
Creating these
somebody that can do that,
walls for 2 bedrooms downstairs.
I'm telling you, they tapping into a side of the brain that they, you know what I'm saying? They never, like nobody tapped into. On some universe shit. I ain't like I'm being serious. I'm not even trying to be funny. Come on with this ad and shit, man. I'm not trying to watch this shit. I'm like, fuck about her. Okay, T-Mobile now. I'm not understanding. Come on. All right. Let's see.
The house is really integrated to the mountaintop site. Part of it is subterranean. It's down in the earth itself. And so it's a perfect example of a house that grows of the hill. You also feel, at least I feel a little bit, like I'm looking out the opening of a cave.
Yeah, on me.
So even though the glass and the windows are high, he also does this thing of creating a line that gives you a sense of a lowering of the space. He's really called attention to it with giving it a different stain, a contrasting stain. This is such a cliche, but it is like being inside a sculpture.
Facts. That's facts. I mean, the carpet's bubbling up. This house got to be old or something. They need to fix the carpet.
Primary bedroom.
This wing has a lot of same elements that the other wing does.
Because I hate to have to go in that bitch, trip over that fucking bump and hit my shit on that concrete. You're not coming back from that.
It has its own fireplace.
This give me a house, chat, I ain't gonna lie. Listen, hear me out. This give me the house type vibe. It'd be in a movie where people get murdered there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying like on some crazy shit, chat. Hold on. On some crazy shit, chat. I'm telling you. Like some people been murdered there or something. On some creepy shit. You get what I'm saying? Like,
but also it has the same sort of gap in the ceiling that leads your eye to the central skylight or oculus. And beneath the skylight is another round enclosure where there's a dressing area, closet.
Nigga, even the shower. Nigga, see now that carpet in the shower and, the bathroom type.
Bathroom, etc.
The whole shit circle. It's a circle.
The headboard and the built-in night tables and shelving is something that shows Ken's preference for woodworkers to be able to design these very aesthetically pleasing elements. He talked about a kind of an honesty in use of materials. And so here he's showing you exactly how it's constructed and taking the construction process and the structure itself.
And it's like everything at a heel, but it's not at a heel, it's straight because everything going up like this. But then it's like this. Oh no, it got my mind. It's an illusion.
This is an element that I want you to see of how everything is put together. And wherever you see them, they create a kind of visual rhythm that creates another part of the visual experience. Ken really thought that people should use glass in a much more free way.
Facts.
And I think that Ken would use the
Nigga, he put the glass all the way on the ground.
glass in a
How the fuck
joyful way.
how do they keep stuff out? So do they cut into the, maybe they cut into the concrete, put the glass in between.
Way to create a lively momentum and visual lines.
That's crazy.
But it also served to separate every single structural element that you see. And you get this fascination with the free interpenetration of interior and exterior space that the glass allows for.
That's fire. That's a nice ass house, chat. I mean, the carpet in the bathroom.
We've got the circular patterns all around. And most obviously the mirror with this killer lighting above it. When you walk in and you shift around, it does kind of an optical, interesting play where there's another door and it's like, is it all cabinets? Is it a one-way entrance? No, it's two. It's kind of neat.
This relates to the bathroom design in the Doolittle house, where John Vugren did a very
what essay?
elaborate version of this very same central structure. It's one of
I just feel like I couldn't live in no shit like that though, chat. Cause like that shit scare me. You know what I'm saying? It's nice, but it scare me like some medieval type shit.
Is that although he really cherished this idea of taking every client, every job, every site, and allowing it to dictate a brand new approach,
what he is, but
he still had a sort of familiar bag of tricks that he would pull out.
Genius ideas. But God, nah. Hey, it looked nice.
These shapes, these buildings that he created.
See, chat, what it is, I'm more of a modern type guy. With all that rocket shit, that shit don't look good to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more of a brighter type person, not that dark shit. You know what I mean?
So distinctive.
I need some bright shit.
So wonderful. If he was taking in the information of what other architects built, he took it in at a kind of peripheral level and he mixed it up and he created something super unique and wonderful. That's how I think he was a true artist, because that stuff seemed to have come intuitive.
That's fire. That's fire, chat. W architect, whoever that Ken dude is, W. You know what I'm saying? You deserve everything. You feel me? You snap. God, that's your purpose. God put you. Listen, God gave you that gift. You know what I'm saying? You tapping into a piece of a brain that nobody ever tapped into on some shit. You feel me? Look, W crib. It's just a little too dark for me. You know what I'm saying? I need some bright shit, some brighter shit. Not like the outside gotta be bright, but the inside need to be bright. You know what I'm saying? That shit scared the fuck out of me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit on some shit. Look, if you fuck with the video, I need you to like, comment, subscribe, turn post notifications on at all times. You feel me? Also, go down to the description, follow me on all my socials so you can stay tuned in, stay tapped in at all times, chat. Look, we're on the road to 650 subscribers. Let's run it up. We don't need no sleep. You feel me? With that being said, chat, you know what time it is. We out of here, Twinsky.